Sorry. Hi everyone, this is Arjuna, aka Professional High Priestess. Such a busy day, but I just wanted to come out here and I have a few messages for you all, okay? Regarding a few things. So it's going to be a few channeled messages here, okay? So anyhow, the first thing that I got was it's leveling up season for a lot of you guys. Right now is the time where a lot of applications are due for housing, for school, for internships, fellowships, etc. So my guides are telling me that some of you guys, especially if you're under spiritual attack, you want to be using fluorite right now in order to focus, okay? And then also you want to be making sure that, of course, you're doing your teas, your meditations, but setting out time every day to accomplish, like getting all your letters of recommendation, getting all your paperwork together for your new housing, right? Getting together, like, your resumes and your interest letters and things like that to get ready to go back to school. For those of you who are going to be, going for your master's or your graduate. For those of you who are interested in going to school, you're like, you know what, Daisy, I'm interested. I want to get my degree, my AA or my bachelor's, or if you even want to finish just your diploma or whatnot. My guides are telling me you guys need to look for programs in your immediate area, because for some of you guys, especially that if you want to go get your you have children, or you were formerly incarcerated, or you were in foster care or something like that, there's specific programs just for you from the state, as well as your county, as well as your local colleges that you guys can look into. And my guides are saying that for a lot of you guys, you're going to be going back to get those certificates, right? You guys could even be going back to get like supplemental certificates. Like, let's say for instance, something that I'm doing right now, I'm doing like this data certificate online, just to kind of brush up on my like data analytics skills and Excel skills and things like that. Some of you guys are going to be doing like some of those little supplemental programs. And even if you guys check out like Coursera or Udemy, you guys can even find like really good ones for cheap, and then you get a certificate after, right? And that's just as good. So some of you guys are going to be going into some of those platforms to really supplement like your degree and your education, or your field in work. Like, let's say for instance, like you work at Home Depot, but you want to go become a manager. You may go take like a little course online in terms of management, finances and things like that. And then you can go, to your boss, hey, I just took this course online. I would like to move up in the company. So now is really a really prime opportunity, especially with like Jupiter and Pisces. That's like, things happening with ease, as long as you can put your mind and you can visualize it, it will come to you. So this is like the energy that my guides were telling me to give you on the collective. For those of you who are doing grad school applications, I'm sending you guys so much love, who've done the GRE and things like that. I'm sending you so much love, because that stuff is not an easy feat. So one of the things my guides did tell me is, for a lot of you guys, this is a part of your path and your journey to get your next level of degree and things like that, right? Because you're supposed to be helping to, rebuild the new as we tear down these old principalities. So don't worry about if I'm going to get in, if you're going to succeed, you're going to get in, you're going to succeed. One of the things too, like I said, just make sure you spruce up your documentation, ask for letters of recommendation. For those of you who've been through gang stalking where your reputation was tarnished or things like that, there are people who are going to help you. Really think long and hard about who you can talk to in your network. There are people who will help you with letters of recommendation. Let's say, for instance, you get everything ready. Get everything ready, get the documents ready, get your resume ready, get all these different things ready, that they're going to need to write those letters and stuff like that, make it easy, right? So or you did a lot of work during your master's or even your bachelor's, a lot of that work can actually be published, right? So my guides are telling me that some of those things you guys are going to start doing, like there's a website called academia.edu where you can publish your papers online. You guys may even make an anthology as well of like the different papers that you wrote when you were doing your thesis and or whatnot. So you need to go back and look into that and find your documents and all that type of stuff. And you may even find that that's actually, instead of maybe going to finish your PhD or something like that, that may be something that you get into, right? And my guides are also telling me to let you guys to know to be creative with your capstone projects and your thesis projects, especially for those of you who are building maybe your future business or your future platform around what you're going to school for. Kill two birds with one stone is what they're telling me to tell you guys. Okay, and you're going to figure out creative ways to do that. All right. So another thing too, with that level up message is just being mindful of like the distraction right now when people coming out of the woodworks. It's not the individuals. Remember, they're attached to demonic forces that are trying to create distractions and play with spell work or run their mouth or throw monkey wrenches, or let's say for instance you're like the computer keeps on loading or it keeps on crashing. Don't panic, don't go into that. I noticed that 144 too when I said that. Don't panic, don't worry about that. Just maybe take a break, breathe, maybe get on your phone and like type up the things that you should be like putting into the application while you're taking a walk or something like that. Don't stress and don't fret, but you want to make sure that you get things done ahead of time. All right. It just looks good overall, especially, when you're dealing with some of these like more competitive programs or some of these schools that are a little bit more like tougher against. Okay. So that's what's going to be happening. All right. Now, another thing too, for those of you who have graduated or, you're looking for jobs and things like that, my guide said that you need to be proactive about jobs, internships, and fellowships. All right. To build up your professional career, even doing things within your local hometown, like getting appointed to like the Park and Recs board, or going to go to the local Head Start to go, volunteer if you went to school for child development. Those are all ways that you can start getting into your field. I was blessed that even though I went through gang stalking and shit like that, I still have people who fucking supported me, like straight up. They didn't give a single fuck about what was being said by the Carmens. They really did not. And they knew. They didn't care. They wrote my letters gladly. And they were proud of me for going through all that fuckery and still going to school and still focusing and still working on my business. So like I said, there's people who are going to see you and they're going to support you. All right. So now another thing too, cleaning up your LinkedIn and improving your LinkedIn and all that type of stuff as well. If you have a personal website, doing all that type of stuff too, just your online presence and things like that, just getting prepared. Now, another thing moving forward, I got a message last night about two messages about love relationships. So I'm going to do the toxic spouse one first. So my guides gave me a download about, there's maybe some of you who are in a relationship, or you may even be married, and you may not know this, but the person that you are connected to, actually, there's like a secret jealousy. They wish they had like your spiritual powers and gifts. That's actually one of the reasons why they wanted you to go into a relationship or get married to them, because it's a type of energy vampirism, right? And I want you to, be careful with that. Thank you, Shine Project, for saying that. Now, you may have been through some trauma in the past where you've been through toxic relationships, or this may just be something within your ancestral like family line where the women end up like in relationships where men, where there's power dynamics and there's toxicity. My guides are telling me like you are going to start to become more clear about these dynamics and the things that are going on, because this man may actually be using some type of manipulation on you, as well as they may actually be trying to actively separate you from individuals that are helping you on your path and journey. So when you feel like that jealousy or resentment or like random anger kind of rise up, be mindful of that. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Is it buffering or okay? Let me just, I don't want it to lose the message. Okay. So let me see here. Please let me know if everything is clear, if you guys can hear me, if you can see me, all that type of stuff. I should be good to go. So my guides are telling me that in the near future, you're going to intuitively find out how to, what's going on, and you're going to find out how to separate yourself. Okay. Now, this is the thing, like you may feel like, I don't want to be a failure because I don't want people to think like I'm a divorcee or I can't be loved, but it's better that you leave a toxic relationship before you get pregnant or before you tie your finances or something like long term where it's going to be harder for you to get out later on and you may lose more money or your sanity in the end. All right, so just be mindful of that. And especially like for some of my women here, my guides are also telling me that there could be some past life traumatic energies between you and this individual, like slave master, slave owner dynamic, or the colonizer versus the colonized type of energy, and those dynamics are at play in the situation, or like toxic patriarchal forces. So just be mindful of that. All right, and the person that they're trying to attack and separate you from, they know that this person has the capacity to support you, and they're probably putting shit in your ear like word witchery or whatnot. So just be mindful of that, okay? Because they're going to be losing their grip, and there's an ancestor in them that wants your energy. They want your spiritual energy. They want your spiritual power and things like that. So just be mindful of that. Now, secret lovers. That's what we are. Now, my guides told me to let you guys know before I actually go into the secret lover message. Some of you guys that may be dealing with like stress and things like that, especially as you're moving into this season or you're going to be starting your program. It's best that you invest in a massager. Okay. Now, this is a muscle relaxer. Okay, chemical free. It has like hella different like settings and things like that on it, right? You can clearly see that. And it has like two jacks that you can put in. So you and someone else can wear this at the same time. Don't be nasty. Keep your mind out of the gutter. But it has like all these different functions and things like that. And you put the leads on yourself, okay? This did cost a pretty penny, but it's so worth it. I've had it for like a year and a half now, and it works wonders. And I just go and I buy like the little leads. You can get these online or at the store when you get them, and you just put them on your body anywhere you want. Let me just put this on my back, okay? And then it massages you, okay? So my guide said that some of you guys may be dealing with like chronic back pain, or you may deal with like and you don't want to go back to like maybe taking like pills or something. This is really, really going to help you with like the pain that you may be experiencing, or, the pain that you may be going through. Okay. So, oh shit. Sorry, a muscle relaxer. Sorry, it just started like going hella hard as I started using it. There's some more expensive ones or whatnot, but this one is pretty good high down. All right, so muscle relaxer, some of you guys are going to be investing in that. Okay, so anyways, let me move forward to the secret lover message. So you guys, so cute. Let me get into this. So my guys are telling me that right now, a lot of you guys have done a lot of that healing work on yourself, and you've separated from toxic individuals and dynamics and codependency and all this other stuff. And you guys are going to be meeting, new people on your path, And my guys are letting me know, like, as you move in, you may feel some of like their previous anxiety or habits come up, and that's for you to continue to look at and work on. Everyone has something that they need to work on, right? In a relationship or whatnot. So my guys are telling me that you may be going into journaling, or remember we talked about like the sex and love addicts anonymous thing. You may be going to some of that. You may be doing things that are going to actually help you regulate that energy. But remember, like I said, all of us have some type of thing that we are working on in relationship, whether that be like maybe being detached, or maybe being attached, or maybe like visualizing the future too soon, or not giving your person the benefit of the doubt, that type of thing. So my guides are letting me know that it's okay to feel some of those feelings, because it's like past trauma. You just need to heal those triggers. And if the individual is not showing you any of the red flags or causes for concern, there's nothing for you to worry about. All right, but also to listen to your intuition. But my guys were telling me that some of you guys may be, interested, or, you may like somebody who, you may work with, or, they work where you live, or you guys live in the same area or the same building or something like that. And there's the apprehension and caution, because you don't want to create any type of like drama, or, like for one of the things that I did get was that there's people at the job or the housing that want both of you guys, there's females that want the person that you want, and then there's men that want the female that you may want, or something like that, So, in order to just kind of reduce the competition that could come up with that, or just the envy or unnecessary drama, just you and this person are going to come to terms in regards to like how to manage the situation so that other outside parties don't get involved. How do we make sure that if we don't end up like, if this doesn't go further, like how do you separate the situation amicably, having grown ass conversations? That's what's going to be happening, right? I will say that, you know, that can also prevent a lot of bullshit and fuckery. You know, or maybe even school. You may even meet somebody in school in your same program or classes, because you know, when sometimes when you're in a program, you guys deal with the same cohorts of people throughout the program, right? So it can be that type of thing as well. And I've had a situation where I was in school and nothing happened. We were in the same program, like separated amicably. We even did team projects together and nothing happened because we were grown about our shit, right? So that may be something that you guys are going to be like, for some of you guys may be currently dealing with that, right? With you and the person that you're dealing with. So I will say move in silence. Don't even say anything. Like, if I will say, just act like you guys don't even know each other during business hours or some shit like that. Take separate stairs or go through different doorways or some shit like that. Just move separately, because I feel like there are people who are like I said, there's people that want you and there's people that want the other person, right? And you just don't want that crossfire, because stuff can get really weird. But congratulations for those of you who found new love for yourselves, and you know, you're moving forward and on and things like that. You know, another thing too is telepathic communication. You and this individual may discuss like, okay, there's a telepathic communication, so this is, we can discuss in these ways, in some ways, but also too, it doesn't go one way. So this individual, so some of the people that you may be dealing with, they're not as spiritual as you. You know, you may get their telepathic messages and you may know what they're thinking or something like that for every now and then, but they may not know what's going on with you. And they'll get used to that. They'll learn how to, you know, enhance their gifts or things like that. Especially when you deal with someone like that's spiritual, you're always going to step your game up in some type of way, shape, or form, and it's a lovely process. So I feel like you guys are going to be dealing with that. Yeah, look, it says hold the tender places. Yeah, and it says there is a way. Yeah, there's a way to manage. There's a way to have things, you know, done. Who knows? Like maybe eventually you may move out of the building, or you may even change jobs, and you guys will still connect or something like that. But I feel like for those of you, I'm just letting you know this now, because there's jealous eyes. There's people who want to run their mouth, and there's people who don't want to see you happy or see that other person happy because they want attention or some shit like that. Some of these people, they don't even have the best interest for you or the person. Just to say that, oh, I'm connected to that individual, or just to say that I'm getting attention from this person. They may not even be attracted to the person, just to say that they're getting attention or some shit like that. It's weird. Let's see what this is. Good right, I'm living ancestors. What's about the secret lover? Stretch. Yoga. So you guys may actually go into yoga together. The courage of the trees, hiking. Oh, that's cute. So I feel like this is going to be like a relationship where it's activities based. That's take a walk. Boom. And I told you guys this earlier about taking a walk if you are having writer's block, or you're oh yay, Shaylin Smith, I'm so happy for you. Yay. Good. So you said, yeah. Ooh, the tender places. Oh, that's so beautiful that you said that. You're like right on time, John Diamond. Now with the take a walk, that's what I'm saying. I feel like you and this person like are going to be doing nature things out and about, learning each other and all that type of stuff. And that's the best way to like make sure that the relationship doesn't end up blowing up, right? Where people feel scorned or it becomes hostile at work or something like that. You know, take your time. Also, too, though, like if you and this individual are going back and forth and the connection is there, shoot your fucking shot and stop playing, because closed mouths don't get fed. That's why it says ask for a change. Closed mouths don't get fed. So I will say, as a divine feminine, you don't need to do that. Let that motherfucker come to you, or excuse my language. Let them like make the eye contact or initiate the whatever. You know, that's what I would recommend as well. Change up the way that you do things. Just change up the way that you do things. Being direct is good too, but also, you know, just as a divine feminine, some men are intimidated by that. And I learned that. Some men are intimidated by a woman who's like straightforward and she says, okay, that's the one that I want. Like, okay, so what's up with you? They're like, me? What? Me? Out of the crowd? Then they start to play games, right? It's like a reverse psychology. Like, let me try to reject you because I can't believe you chose me type of shit. Like, if that starts to happen, that's when you know, just remove yourself. And that's okay. This person showed me that they're not ready. They're childish. So let me go find something else, right? Be in receptive mode. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. And it's 333 people in the chat as I said that, right? So beautiful things are happening for you guys. Changes are coming. You know, somebody was even like, One of my studies, I did a reading for her. She was like, I want to move. I want to do this. Is this going to happen for me? That, yeah, it's going to happen for you. Some of you guys too, you're wondering about your love life and you're dating and you're like, why were things stuck for me? Like some of you guys were like in areas where like the Most High knew that it was a cesspool of karmics, motherfuckers that were on the DL or dealing with 6 or 7 or 18 karmics or on some fuckery or secretly hating. So they're like, we don't want you to cast your pearls amongst swine. We want you to go elsewhere. So for those of you, that's why, there was some blockages. And that's why when I talked about the triggers, that's why you may feel triggered because you're like, I don't want this to be like my past experience. But also to remember, love magic was being done on you and things like that. And for a lot of you guys, my guys are telling me that stuff is being cleared, especially with Neptune going retrograde. That's not going to be a problem for you anymore. What's that thing called? Love spells and fuckery and all these type of things. Okay, so that's what I have to say. I would also just be mindful. Like, just keep your, like I said, keep your fucking your business quiet. Some of you guys got crazy ass baby daddies or karmics that be trying to hack your phone or find out who you're dating and shit like that. That's about to be fucking canceled. That's about to be all the way fucking canceled. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you, it's not going to be a problem. And if you are dealing with like any type of spiritual warfare where like you were getting attacked or gang stalked or whatever the fuck, you're a new person. Anybody that's like of integrity, they'll see who you are and they'll see past that. Because if you're dealing with it and it's not fucking taking over your life, it's not going to take over their life. Period. And I'm sure they have some spiritual warfare being done on them that they didn't even know. And you probably may reveal that. Okay. So you guys, those are just some of the channeled messages that I had really gotten for you all right now. Let's see what other cards we got. Messages you have regarding love galore. Cherish silence. Whoo, child. Yes. And it says you are possible. Yes, it's possible for you guys to have that happy relationship. It says do something that scares you. This is for those of you who need to shoot your shot. Like, and stop playing. Yeah, and that's what it says, do nothing. Divine Feminine, you don't got to do nothing. If the person really likes you and they're attracted to you, they'll know what to do. Like, you guys are both fucking grown. You guys are grown. You're grown. You can speak up, open your mouth, and get what you want. Like I said, closed mouths don't get fed. And maybe this person is like, oh well, what if they turn me down? I mean, obviously they felt something and they felt something was mutual. So I don't think that that's going to be the case, but I do feel like you guys need to have a conversation about how you're going to manage this without like people like, like all up in your business and stuff like that, especially if you live in the same like area and there's karmics in the building or some shit like that, or if you work at the same place or something like that, or go to the same school or in the same church, especially church, you guys. I feel like this is a lot for people who are also in the same church. Maybe you and this person may even go to church or some spiritual community or go to yoga or a fucking meditation group or something like that. But I feel like this is also church, for some of you guys who found somebody like, in your church and you're like, oh wow, like they both have the same beliefs as you and they're both ready to move forward in something solid. I'm really picking that up. Don't be telling the deacon or the pastors or the ushers or none of that shit. Keep y'all business quiet. If y'all want to go do hanky panky after Sunday service, go on separate cars. Go on separate Lyft and Ubers. Separate. Okay? Take back doors. That type of thing. Because I do feel like I said, there's people that want both of you that are going to be looking for conflict and drama to be started. All right, you guys, that's what I have for you. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. Bye.